Hey, you got the last one. I get
Hey, we
this
saw
one.
Lincoln last night. Have you seen Lincoln? Speaking of high squeaky voice.
You know, I haven't seen him since he was shot.
Well, they didn't. Actually, it was very interesting the way they portrayed it. So
I'm sorry,
I'm not
I
gonna
told you
tell
the ending.
I'm not going to tell you how they ended it, but I thought it was really good. Everybody says, don't go full of food because you'll get. I was actually riveted to the dialogue. It was all dialogue, the whole thing, obviously, because it's Lincoln. I was riveted by it. It could have been a more developed, but I did not get tired after 2 hours and 40 minutes. I could just watch it more. It was really good.
I felt that way about Expendables 2. Okay, this is the
Mr.
Wine of the
Movie
Month Club,
Fire.
not Siskel and Ebert revamped.
Vintners series, December 2012. Okay, this came to me a couple months ago, and look at the color. I just think it's so cool. And I love Torontes from Argentina. It's the, I don't know if it's indigenous. No, it's not indigenous, but it is the grape.
It is the white grape, without question, yeah.
But it comes in so many different styles. It comes in sweet, it comes in overly tropical, it
Right.
comes in bitter, but this one, I love the nose and the
You know, these wines are really spectacular, and they're such great values, too, because they're so exotic. You do get some of the white peach components, but then you get, all kinds of mango.
There's tons of minerality in this one. I like this one.
It's really interesting because it smells, and the initial impression is, oh, this might be sweet, and then boom, it hits you bone dry, This is a distant cousin to Viognier, by the way.
It must be because of the nose, but I wouldn't normally put this, but I'm putting this with some kind of shellfish, like an oyster or something. I don't know why. Did you go with that?
Well, yeah.
Buttered oysters,
Oh, yeah, cooked oysters, not raw oysters, but yeah, cooked oysters for sure would be great. Matter of fact, any kind of mollusk, say that twice. Clams casino, that kind of thing. Really great. I'm doing a 93 on this one.
I go 94 because I just like the minerality of it, which you don't get in Torontes all the time. Usually it's just all tropical.
$24.99, $11.99 on the shelf. Serious wine for $11.99.
Torontes.
And that actually rhymes. And now, one of the bargains of the year, without question.
I just said off camera to Ed while we were setting this up, I said, how Claiborne Churchill continues to sell us wine that we can sell for $12.99. The first one's $27.99. They've been making Pinot Noir great for a long time.
They make everything great and have for a long time. I mean, they were one of the first guys to make serious Gewürztraminer in California in the 80s, almost 20 years ago. No, what am I talking about? Yeah, 30 years ago. And the wine is just everything they make. Their Riesling is delicious.
It's Edna Valley, which is great for Pinot Noir. And it's not that overly strawberry, thinner Santa Barbara style.
It's not jam.
This has got serious.
It's got a little density. It has that elusive Pinot Noir fruit. That femininity, but it's still got something going on.
You know what it has too that you don't get a lot of? It's got some tannic acid in it.
Sure, it's got, yeah. I mean, you got some tannic.
You don't usually feel that in a Pinot. This is great.
No, it's absolutely spectacular. I think it's an amazing bottle of wine, and $12.99 for Pinot Noir is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, I'm doing a 96 on this. I love it.
Okay, I'll go 96 with you. I'll go 96, Ed. I'd say it louder for the record. I love the. You bring it to your nose. As you get here, you go, yeah, I smell something.
Well, it's almost. I like the candy apple of Pinot Noir, and this doesn't really have it. This is more of the dark side of Pinot, but you think it's going to be heavier in the mouth than it is when you put it in there, because then it softens up a little bit, but still hits you with some good tannins at the finish. I mean, you could almost have this with a steak, but
they haven't changed their label since I started working.
They won. The same label for 30 years. Okay, your turn. Let's see what you got. I like
one
my
of my
wines.
favorites wineries from Chile, and they keep bringing up stuff,
so
and I
good.
keep slotting them in because I just love the wines. They make just quality wines. The Reserve Sauvignon Blanc from Santa Carolina, and this is classic grass, herbs Sauvignon Blanc. But the nose is deeper than most.
Yeah, it is. And I'm not sure what constitutes a reserve, and they may not be either. That's kind of how it works,
Great grapefruit balance. Because they have a regular line. I guess the first first level of defense as to whether there's a reserve or not is, does the winery that says reserve actually have a regular line?
That's a very good question.
This one they do have a regular line. This is the reserve.
The thing
wine.
that's really interesting about this wine is the first thing you smell and the first thing you taste is grapefruit, and it's a little sharp, and you're going, well, there's nothing else there. And then you swallow it, and it goes, wow. And then there's this burst of tropical, not
right.
semi-tropical fruit, you know, and you
just
go,
hanging
wow,
around now.
you know, that's like, I wasn't expecting that.
A little tangerine rind in there.
I was expecting it to be total New Zealand grapefruit, et cetera, you know, but then it just kind of, exactly, tangerine, and it's delicious. Absolutely. God, it's really, and you can get it in the nose. After you've tasted it, you get it in the nose. You didn't get it the first time. Well, maybe you did. I don't know. I didn't get it.
Yeah, this would
I'm
go
new
with
at
some
this.
really exotic Chinese food really well.
Oh, let me get my coat.
Oh yeah, sorry. Hey, waiter.
So, what is this stuff? This
It's $23.99 on the shelf, $11.99 for more. You want quality Chilean Sauvignon Blanc, Reserva, actual Reserva. This is a
Spectacular.
great balance.
I'm doing a 95 on this one.
I'm going 94.
Okay, that was good. You got a
Now-
red for us?
I do. And one that we don't see a lot of, though I have seen a few lately, which is kind of interesting. But
God.
Touriga,
I love these
the Duero,
wines.
which I
Oh,
love these wines.
I love these wines. You know, I wish they'd make more of them. The problem is they can't get anywhere near the money they can for port.
the 06 Tarossa.
And, you know, Touriga Nacional is the principal grape in port for most producers. Some of them, you know, use lesser amounts because they have their own style. But when these wines are made into a dry red wine style, they are so good. And you very rarely see one made from just one grape.
What I like about this is you get the port character in the nose and in the body because that's the same grape, right?
Yeah.
Right? They arrest fermentation when they make port, pour some brandy in, so there's sugar and brandy and
I
the
love
grape.
it. You're arrested. Get out of the tank now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one would be a little corked, though. I think.
It does have a little corkiness
I think it's
to it.
corked.
But I don't know. It's going away, and that usually doesn't go away. It gets worse. No, I don't know. You know,
I think this cork's bad.
we don't taste these wines often enough to really get a read on them. You know.
No, I think it's corked. But you know it's there, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's barely corked, but we'll try another bottle later and see. But I'm not getting it now.
No, yeah, it's starting to blow up.
A lot of this is soil components too, you know. I mean, and the fact is, it's a 2006, so it's probably got a little oxidation going on. But you know, we don't have a lot of experience with these wines because they just don't make a lot of them.
Hey, did I spill on my shirt?
Well, it wasn't me. I spill on my own shirt. You spill on yours.
Wow, this is $23.99 on the shelf, $12.99. Easy for you to say. For more, give me a 93 just because it tastes like this bottle of cork.
I'm actually giving it a 95 because I don't care if the cork kind of messed it up a little bit. I know what's there. And that's our show for today. The Vintners series for December.
Actually, you know, now it's starting to change a little bit.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of
Really
bizarre. But then again, you're kind of changing a
you're
little bit
bizarre.
too, you know? I mean, we're both changing a little bit.